Imagine waking up every morning, working hard, paying your bills on time, and still wondering why your bank account never seems to grow. What if the biggest reason you're struggling financially isn't your salary, your job, or even the economy? What if the real problem is something much closer, your daily habits? The truth is, most people don't become poor overnight. They slowly build financial problems through small decisions repeated every single day. A coffee here, an impulse purchase there, another month without saving, another paycheck spent before it even arrives. These habits seem harmless in the moment, but over time, they quietly steal your future. Meanwhile, financially successful people often follow a completely different set of habits. They don't just earn money, they know how to keep it, grow it, and make it work for them. In today's video, we're revealing **10 money habits that keep most people poor **, and some of them may surprise you because they are so common that millions of people repeat them every day without realizing the damage they're causing. By the end of this video, you'll not only recognize these costly mistakes but also learn simple changes that can put you on the path toward greater financial security and long-term wealth. Make sure you stay until the very end, because the final habit could completely change the way you think about money and might be the one that's holding you back the most. Now, let's dive into the first habit that's quietly keeping millions of hardworking people from building real wealth. One of the biggest reasons people struggle financially is living beyond their means. Have you ever seen someone driving a luxury car, wearing designer clothes, and posting expensive vacations on social media, only to discover later that they are buried in debt? That's because looking wealthy and actually being wealthy are two completely different things. Many people increase their spending every time their income goes up. They get a raise, buy a more expensive car, move into a bigger house, upgrade to the latest phone, and slowly create a lifestyle they can barely afford. This is known as lifestyle inflation, and it's one of the biggest obstacles to building long-term wealth. The truth is, financial freedom isn't about how much you earn, it's about how much you keep. Wealthy people understand that every unnecessary purchase today is money that could have been invested for tomorrow. Before buying something expensive, ask yourself one simple question: do I really need this, or am I buying it to impress other people? That single question can save you thousands of dollars over the years. Real wealth isn't measured by expensive possessions, it's measured by financial security, investments, and the freedom to make choices without worrying about money. The next habit is just as dangerous, and most people don't even realize they are making this mistake every single month. The next habit that quietly keeps millions of people broke is never following a budget. For many people, payday feels exciting because their bank account is finally full again, but within a few days, they have no idea where the money went. The problem isn't always that they don't earn enough, it's that they don't have a clear plan for their money. Imagine starting a long road trip without a map or destination. Chances are you'll waste time, fuel, and eventually get lost. Managing your finances without a budget works the same way. A budget isn't designed to limit your freedom, it's designed to give every dollar a purpose before you spend it. One of the simplest methods is the 50-30-20 rule, where 50% of your income covers essential needs like housing, groceries, transportation, and utilities, 30% goes toward personal wants and entertainment, and the remaining 20% is dedicated to savings, investing, or paying down debt. You don't have to follow this rule perfectly, but having any budget is far better than having none at all. When you know exactly where your money is going, you gain control over your financial future instead of wondering why there's never enough left at the end of the month. The people who build wealth aren't necessarily those who earn the most, they are often the ones who manage their money with intention and consistency. Another habit that silently keeps people trapped in financial stress is relying too heavily on credit cards. Credit cards themselves aren't the problem, they can actually be valuable financial tools when used responsibly. The real danger begins when people start treating borrowed money like free money. A small purchase here, an online order there, a vacation charge to a credit card, and before long, the balance keeps growing while the minimum payment barely makes a difference. Interest quietly builds month after month, turning a simple purchase into something that costs far more than its original price. Many people find themselves using tomorrow's paycheck to pay for yesterday's spending, creating a cycle that's incredibly difficult to escape. The smartest way to use a credit card is to treat it exactly like cash. If you can't afford to pay the full balance when the bill arrives, it's worth asking whether you should make the purchase at all. Responsible credit card use can help build a strong credit score, but careless spending can lead to years of unnecessary debt and financial pressure. Learning to separate wants from needs and avoiding purchases made purely on impulse is one of the fastest ways to regain control of your finances and start building real wealth instead of financing a lifestyle you can't truly afford. Have you ever wondered why two people can earn the exact same salary, work similar jobs, and even live in the same city, yet 10 years later one has a healthy investment portfolio while the other is buried in debt? It isn't always because one person got lucky or landed a better opportunity. More often than not, the difference comes down to the small financial decisions they make every single day. Wealth isn't built overnight, and neither is poverty. Every purchase, every financial choice, and every habit acts like a vote for the future you're creating. Most people focus on earning more money, believing a bigger paycheck will solve all their financial problems. But history has shown that even celebrities, professional athletes, and lottery winners have gone broke despite making millions of dollars. Why? Because income alone doesn't create wealth, good financial habits do. In today's video, we're uncovering 10 money habits that quietly keep millions of hardworking people poor, and the first one is so common that chances are you've done it yourself without realizing the long-term cost. Imagine receiving a raise at work. At first, you're excited because you'll finally have extra money every month. But instead of saving or investing that extra income, you decide to upgrade your phone, finance a newer car, subscribe to more streaming services, eat out more often, and move into a more expensive apartment. Within a few months, your bigger paycheck has completely disappeared, and you're living paycheck to paycheck once again. This is called lifestyle inflation, and it's one of the biggest reasons people never become financially free. As income increases, expenses rise just as quickly, leaving no room to build wealth. Truly wealthy people think differently. Instead of asking, "What can I buy with this extra money?" they ask, "How can I make this money earn even more money?" They invest, save, and build assets before upgrading their lifestyle. The next time you receive extra income, whether it's a raise, a bonus, or even a tax refund, resist the urge to spend it immediately. Give your future self the first reward, not your shopping cart. One simple habit can completely change the direction of your financial life over the next decade. And surprisingly, the next mistake most people make has nothing to do with how much they earn, it has everything to do with what they fail to plan. The second habit that keeps countless people trapped in financial stress is living without a clear budget or spending plan. For many people, payday feels like a fresh start. Their bank account finally looks healthy again, and for a moment they feel financially secure. But within a week, the balance has already dropped, and by the end of the month they are asking the same question: where did all my money go? The surprising truth is that money rarely disappears because of one huge purchase. Instead, it slips away through dozens of small decisions that seem harmless on their own. A coffee on the way to work, lunch ordered instead of packed, another online sale that looks too good to miss, another subscription that costs only a few dollars a month. None of these expenses feel significant, but together they quietly drain hundreds or even thousands of dollars every year. Imagine trying to build a house without a blueprint. You might buy the best materials, hire skilled workers, and spend a fortune, but without a plan the house would never come together properly. Your finances work exactly the same way. A budget isn't about restricting your freedom or eliminating everything you enjoy. It's simply a blueprint that tells your money where to go before it disappears on its own. Financially successful people don't wonder where their money went, they decide where it will go in advance. They set aside money for necessities, savings, investing, and future goals before spending on entertainment or luxury. This simple habit creates control, reduces stress, and allows their wealth to grow month after month. Remember, every dollar you earn has a job to do. If you don't assign that job yourself, your daily habits will gladly spend it for you. And while poor planning can slowly empty your bank account, the next habit can cost you even more because it convinces you that borrowed money is just as good as money you've actually earned. The third habit that quietly destroys financial freedom is treating credit cards like extra income instead of borrowed money. Credit cards are incredibly convenient, and when used wisely, they can provide rewards, build your credit history, and even offer valuable purchase protection. But the problem begins when people start believing that a credit limit is the same as having money in the bank. Imagine walking into an electronics store and seeing the latest laptop you've always wanted. You tell yourself, "I'll just put it on my credit card and pay it off later." Then a few days later, you order new clothes online, book a weekend getaway, and upgrade your phone, all with the same card. At first, nothing feels different because no cash has actually left your wallet. But when the monthly statement arrives, reality hits. If you can't pay the balance in full, interest begins to accumulate, and suddenly that laptop, vacation, and shopping spree become much more expensive than they seemed. This is how debt quietly grows, not through one giant mistake, but through dozens of small purchases that feel harmless in the moment. Many people spend years making minimum payments without realizing that they are mostly paying interest instead of reducing the actual debt. The smartest approach is to view your credit card as a payment tool, not a source of extra money. Before every purchase, ask yourself a simple question: if I had to pay cash for this today, would I still buy it? If the answer is no, it's probably not a wise purchase.